receiving a prophet. The prophetic ministry is a spiritual instrument by which God demonstrates and manifests himself on the earth realm. So God will be scarce for a people who reject the prophetic ministry. You must understand that one of the privileges we have in this end time dispensation is that who were born in a time where prophecy is the agenda of God. So when a man rejects the prophetic ministry, he denies himself the privilege to experience God, because the prophetic ministry is a spiritual agency by which God have access in the affairs of men. So God will reveal himself to his people in this dispensation through the channel of the prophetic ministry. So you must understand, we are in an era where God operates through the instrumentality of prophecy. For a man to be saved, he must receive Christ into his heart. But for a man to experience God, he must receive a prophet into his life. If you despise it, you will not experience the hand of God. For God to visit a people is one thing. For a people to maximize the visitation is another thing. As you are seeing me preaching now to you in the office of a prophet, it is a sign that divine visitation has come. Now, the divine visitation will not automatically guarantee for you your prosperity. It will not guarantee for you your deliverance until you first receive me. Don't allow the simplicity of a man make you to neglect the divinity in him, because when you neglect it, your life will perish. So if a prophet is sent into your family and you don't receive him, your family will never be blessed. When a people do not receive a prophet, testimony will be bankrupt in their life. The scarcity of testimony is a sign that a people have not received their prophet. And most of the people who are closer to the prophet, they don't always have testimonies. Why? They know about the prophet, but they don't know who the prophet is. So one of the ways that God answers men is by the prophets. So when you pray that God should send help in your family and God gives you a prophet and you neglect him, you will wait for 50 years and God will never come, because God came in the form of a prophet. You rejected God. If God has sent you this kind of person in your life, whose hands are lifted up for you like Moses lifted up his hand for the Israelites to prevail, don't joke with that kind of person. Receive him wholeheartedly, pamper him, pray for him, stand by him, because it's a rare gift to you. But we have been manipulated by the devil to fight the man that God has sent to help us. That is why the church is stranded and is entering into decadence and frustration. Why? Because they have denied themselves the privilege of the visitation that God has brought to them through the instrumentality of a prophet. Listen, he that receives a prophet in the name of a prophet, no matter who he is, no matter the condition he faces, so long as he receives a prophet in the name of a prophet, the reward the prophet has will change the state of his life. It will solve the complex puzzles of his life. How do you receive a prophet? Number one, believe in him. 2 Chronicles chapter 20 verse 20. It is your believing in the prophet that gives you a connection with the God of the prophets. So please don't neglect prophets. When they come, the first way to receive them is to believe in them. If you have a prophet who is praying for you all the days of your life, you don't believe in what he is saying, you have not received him. When he prophesies, hold that prophecy in high esteem. Number two, honor him. Matthew 13 verse 57. Please, I beg you, learn to honor a man that God has invested himself in him. Honor him. Lastly, you must give to him. One of the ways to receive a prophet is by giving to him. A prophet you don't give to, you have not received him, and he can't bless you. I'm telling you of a truth. If you are in this church and you don't see it as a privilege to give to your man of God, you will never prosper. You will never succeed. You must see your man of God as your responsibility. Some of you think you are too wise. That's why there is a level of financial blessing you will never attain. You will never arrive. It's a principle. Sow and you will reap. You will never be blessed if you are not committed in giving to your man of God financial. You will never. There is a level of wealth you will never have.